Hey guys, this is Dominic Savino here, the editor of Sportscasters Central. The video coming up right now is part of the collaborative campaign that I've already embarked on with the Easy Bites and Eat Clean, Eat Green blogs. We're working together to try to raise interest and drive traffic to the Rutgers Future Scholars Program, a great program run in New Brunswick, Newark, Piscataway, and Camden, where high school students in those four disadvantaged communities get the academic tools, support systems, and enrichment programs they need to not only excel in high school, but move on to the Rutgers University school system and really excel in college. The video coming up right now will appeal not only to the Rutgers Future Scholars themselves, but also my regular listeners and viewers, the sportscasters themselves. And I'm talking about social media best practices and a little lesson in social media education, how to not only put your best foot forward when you're online, but also stay safe and really present yourself in a good manner. So let's dive right in. So what you're looking at right here is behind the scenes for my own Facebook account. And you can see some of the privacy settings that you should adjust, especially if you're a future scholar. You can go over here, click the arrow, click on settings like I already have, and the privacy tab over here brings you to all the different privacy settings you have. I strongly recommend that you set everything to friends. You make sure that only friends can see your posts, only friends can look you up via an email or a phone number, and that only friends of friends can send you Facebook requests. You can also go through all of your individual posts and limit who gets to see each individual post as well. It's so important that only the people you want to see your posts, only your friends that you know and trust, can see what you're doing. The same thing goes for Twitter. You click on your little icon, click on settings, go to security and privacy over here, and you get a chance to set all of your privacy settings. Again, for the scholars, I strongly suggest that you click protect my tweets. You also don't allow anybody to tag you in photos. This just starts to limit the amount of people that can see you on social media, and that's so important because you don't want people who don't know you to get onto your social media and see you. Last but not least, Instagram. If you go on the mobile app for Instagram, you click to profile and privacy settings, you'll find something like this. It'll say photos are private. You should make, just like you do on Twitter and Facebook, make your photos private. You don't want people you don't know seeing what you're doing on social media because frankly, it's none of their business. So I recommend making your photos private. Another important thing about interacting with different people on social media is being able to block and report bullies and spam, people who you just really don't want to interact with. So let's take, for example, on Facebook. Let's say you don't like Stephen Colbert. Let's say this message right here is something that's either offensive to you or it's just spam. If you click right here on the arrow, you can scroll down and report the post, unfollow the account that's right there, and hide it so you don't have to see it again. That's really important to keep in mind because there are lots of people on social media who really, future scholars, really just have too much time on their hands. So I would encourage you guys not to worry about it, just brush it off and make sure that you report and block everybody that you see on Facebook that's just trying to be mean or just trying to get under your skin. The same goes for Twitter and for Instagram. If for some reason, and I wouldn't suggest it, if you want to report the New York Yankees, let's say this is a post that's either mean to you or it's spam, you click right here on the three dots, go to block and report, and you can not only make sure you don't see the account again, but you can also report them for either spam or for bullying. And even on Instagram, it's the same deal. You see right here, this is a screenshot of what the Instagram app will look like on your phone. If you swipe right on a comment that's either mean, hurtful, or just spam, you'll get the little thing right here, the little stop sign. You click on that and you can either label it as spam or scam or as something abusive or harmful or bullying to you. And I would recommend that always report content that's either mean, offensive, or just spam because there's no real need for any of that on social media. So now that we've talked about some ways to keep your account private on social media and also keep yourself safe from bullies and spam and other people you just don't want to deal with when you're on Facebook and Twitter, let's talk about some things that you should and shouldn't say and some content that you should and shouldn't put out on social media. You're looking at a tweet right now from a guy named Eli Apple, who just a couple days ago was drafted by the New York Giants to play football for them. That's a tweet he sent out no more than 4 years ago. Must suck to be a Giants fan today. Obviously, it doesn't look good when you say something like that about someone you want to employ you and actually ended up becoming Eli Apple's employer. It just goes to show that when you're on social media, there's no point in saying anything particularly negative or hurtful or using profane language when you're talking about a person or even just talking in general. Look at another tweet that Eli sent out. This one just says Eagles. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles are very big rivals with the New York Giants,
So maybe Giants fans wouldn't feel too great about this, but it's not the end of the world. It's positive. Eagles. He's not saying the Giants suck. He's just professing his fandom for the Eagles, and that's okay. It's always important to just try to be positive on social media. Again, stay away from cursing on social media. Don't post pictures or videos of yourself doing things that are illegal that you shouldn't be doing. And just try to keep a general positive tone when you're putting things out on social media. Now, one of the last things I want to go over about social media is your passwords. And you see right there, it's such a great analogy. Your password should be like your toothbrush. You're always going to choose a good toothbrush to protect your teeth, so you should choose a good password to protect your social media accounts. That means it's got to have uppercase letters, a number or two. Even try to make sure that it's not an actual word out of the dictionary. Also trying to incorporate things like exclamation points, at signs, pound signs, percentage signs, all of those other things are good to help increase the security of your password. The second thing, don't ever share your password with anybody. The only exception for the future scholars listening is that if your parents need your password as part of the deal to allow you to make a social media account, that's a different story. But if your friend says they want your password or your boyfriend or girlfriend say they want your password, don't give it to them under any circumstances. The friend or boyfriend you have one day could be your worst enemy the next day, and then they'll have access to all of your social media accounts, and that just puts a bad image out on you. The final thing is try to change it occasionally. You could have someone who keeps watching you put on your password, someone like a classmate or a friend, somebody like that. So if you change it every once in a while, it just makes it fresh and it makes sure that no one can actually memorize your password and try to hack into your account and do some damaging stuff to what you've got on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram.
Thank you so much for watching my video on the do's and don'ts for interacting on social media. A couple things for you future scholars to keep in mind. Keep your social media accounts private. Don't be afraid to block or report anybody trying to bully you or spam you on social media. Keep it clean as well. Make sure that everything you put out there is something you'd want your grandparents or parents to see. And last but not least, this goes for the sportscasters watching as well. Don't tell anybody what your password is. It's nobody's business. Nobody needs to know. Make sure it is a good password, but don't tell anybody what it is. So thank you so much for watching. As always, check out the Rutgers Future Scholars online right here. Go to this page right now. Go check them out. Please donate, get involved, even become a mentor. Got some great kids in that program. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the rest of our collaborative campaign with Easy Bites and Eat Clean, Eat Green. And for Sportscaster Central, I'm Dominic Savino.